In the next couple of videos, we're going to be looking at the File Manager application and different ways of how we can customize it. As seen in a previous video, the File Manager application can be opened via the main menu and by clicking at the File Manager link over here. Once opened, we have a couple of sections here. For starters, we have this main area which lists all of our folders and files that we've created, and we can also switch between the grid layout or table layout by clicking on this icon. Once we hover over a file, we can click on this icon to bring in file details. As you can see here, we have the preview section, the essential information about the file, so name, tags, and file aliases. And up here we also have basic file related actions like download, move to folder, and copy URL. And finally we have this directory tree over here, which makes it a little bit easier to navigate through all of the folders that we created. And we also have this search bar up here. As we can see, the File Manager application consists of a couple of different sections, and what's interesting to point out here is that most of these sections can be customized to our needs. As a quick example, let's see how we can customize the file preview for specific file types. As we can see, in front of us we have two files. The left file is an image, for which we also have this neat preview that helps us identify the file more easily. On the right side we also have this video file, for which we don't actually have any preview, and this is just because this functionality is not supported out of the box. But let's say we wanted to have a preview of the video file. Let's see how we could introduce that. So I'll switch to my IDE, and like with any other extension, we'll start off by running the web scaffold command and choosing new extension from the list of all available scaffolds. Then, as before, we're gonna be picking admin extension as the extension type. We're going to call our extension video files preview, and again, for package name and plugin location, we'll go with the defaults. Finally, we'll pass webini/app file manager as the dependency, as we'll need it in the code we're about to show. So as usual, first I'm going to navigate to our index.tsx file located in extension/video files preview/src folder, and in here I'm going to be pasting some code. So let's do that and unpack what we got here. As we can see, we've introduced this file manager view config block here, and within it we are also using these two components. So it's browser.grid.item.thumbnail and also file details.preview.thumbnail. And both of these components basically enable us to customize the file preview for a specific file type. But why do we need two components to achieve this? Basically, the first component is used in the list of all files, in other words, in the grid view. And the second component is used in the file details section. In other words, when we click on a file and then the file details drawer comes up. With both of these components, we are targeting the same file type. As we can see, type equals video/QuickTime. We are using the same React component via which we are overriding the preview. For this video, we've defined a simple component right here. As we can see, the component is simply rendering a video camera emoji at the top, followed by the file name and the size of the file. Note that in order to get the file information, we've used this useFile React hook, which along with the File Manager View config component is imported from the webini/app file manager package. So with this in place, we can go back to our browser and see how it looks. So we're gonna open the File Manager application again, and in it we should be able to see the new preview of the video file that we had. And there we go. As we can see, the preview has been updated. We have this video camera emoji here at the top, and below that we have the basic information about the file. And the same can be seen if we were to open the file details, again by clicking on this icon. As we can see here, the file preview has also been updated. And that's how we override file previews for specific file types. In your case, you might have a more complex requirement, for example, generating a preview image from the actual video in the background and using it here. But for this video, of course, we've kept it simple. Note that there are also a couple of other options that we can use when it comes to customizing file previews. And if you're interested in learning more, make sure to check our documentation.